On today's journey, I'm documenting the George Wharton Pepper Middle School. Let's talk a little bit about why it decayed, what's the history, what's going on now, how do I like exploring this place, and how did I feel. All this information will be labeled throughout the video, along with some live sounds and old pictures from this location. Let's dive into the video. What's the history of this school? The school named for Republican Senator George Wharton Pepper, a Philadelphia lawyer considered one of his legends of the Philadelphia bar, was the first proposed as part of an educational campus including the new Eastwick High School. It was hoped that both buildings would evaluate overcrowding at Titan Middle School and Brigham High School. Construction was cut from the budget in 1969, but in 1970 plans moved forward again and the groundbreaking ceremony for Pepper took place. Designed by architect Clydell Rylett Scott, a Texas company known for its lean and clean public schools, and loaded by Architectural Week's masters of modern practice and construction management. The Pepper proposal won acclaims from Progressive Architecture magazine and a silver award from the Philadelphia branch of American Institute of Architects. The Art Commission, the city's design review board, disagreed. They felt the plan lacked humanity and was too concentrated. The Pepper School, which was expected to cost $18 million and serve 1,500 students along with Eastwick High, was not universally welcomed by the community either. Residents worried about their children, shuffling schools and busing issues, and shouting matches erupted in meetings. There were also concerns that the district was trying to shift black students to deteriorating neighborhoods while keeping the white students in Eastwick. The project goal of opening the school in 1973 failed to materialize, in part due to the building's issues and leaks in the construction. Plans for Eastwick High School were axed, but the necessary adding a gymnasium, auditorium, central administration, and library to George Wharton Pepper Middle School. The school finally opened in 1976. Problems with both the construction and location of the school plagued Pepper from the start. In 1981, the school was closed to fix issues with the heating system, and in 1986, the school district passed a lawsuit against the bonding company, architectural firm, an inspection firm responsible for the school's construction over defects in school's electrical system, as the electrical conductors were defunct, alleging shoddy work and extensive code violations that could endanger staff and students, including improper grounding or undergrounding wiring and inadequate circuit breakers. The district asked for $750,000 to repair them. Perhaps the most upsetting was an incident in 1983 where a police officer dragged a teacher from her car by her legs after she drove over a fire hose stretching across the parking lot and threw her against the fender of a parked car. The officer was found innocent, but witnesses, despite her allegations that the teacher had hit and kicked him when he opened her car door after she failed to produce her driver's license and registration fast enough. Over the years, other challenges faced the school as well. Former Pepper principal Nancy McKinley noted when she transferred to the Auburn School District that the difference between the schools was stark. At the George Pepper Middle School, where 85 of the students lived in poverty, classes had over 30 students and $1,500 more to spend per student in the suburbs. than in the Philadelphia School District. Auburn had 28 inter-scholarship terms. Pepper had 6. No languages were taught at Pepper. Auburn had 14 secretaries and clerks, 15 lunch halls aisles, and 11 interstructural aisles, while Pepper had only 3 clerks, 8 hall lunch aisles, and no international aisles. The result was that, as principal, she was unable to address larger concerns and planning. The ultimate losers were the students who attended a school where academics and teaching support became secondary to daily emergencies or simple organization functions that could have been carried out by support staff rather than the principal. There are also several incidents of violence that made the news. In 2000, a 20-year-old man was shot during a basketball game in the gymnasium of the Pepper School. And in 2005, a teacher left the school after reporting that she had been pelted with markers, stones, and books on various occasions by students in the art classes, with little support from the administration. Whoa. God, this place is huge. Of all the flaws in the school's planning, none are as severe as its placement. Located 2 feet below sea level, Pepper sits in a flood zone, and when Hurricane Floyd hit the area in 1999, the damage was severe. Pepper Middle School was flooded by nearby 18 feet of water, which left the basement entirely submerged, and the first floor in 2 feet of flooding. I'd like to note that some more recent articles report that the water level at 9 feet, although I'm going to be with 18 based on newspaper accounts from the time of the flooding and my own admittedly unprofessional estimate of the depth of the basement. The flooding badly damaged the boiler room, cafeteria, and computer labs and destroyed musical instruments and art equipment, causing over $1 million worth of damage. Even worse, the sewage backed up into the building at a time-consuming and costly cleanup effort. Nearby teachers at Tilden Middle School worked to prepare classwork packets for children. Although many were uncompleted, 1,200 students were eventually bused to nearby schools, which were nearly overcrowded. The school was closed for a month, and the incident earned its nickname, the Pepper Bowl. In the following years, the school created a number of programs to benefit its dwindling student population. It created the Pepper Pride Garden on the property, and trips were arranged to the nearby Johns Hines National Wildlife Refuge. Enrollment numbers were down. However, NA program and generally discriminating the school by closing a grade each year was scrapped in favor of a full closure in 2013. The 413 remaining students were transferred back to Tilden Middle School. Oh wow, there's actually light here. This place is really shot to hell. I forgot to think. You can't be quiet around here, can you? Why did the school decay? The vandalism in the school was nothing short of astonishing. Graffiti covered nearly every surface, and cans of spray paint littered the floor. Everything that was glass was shattered. Pipes were pulled out of the walls, and filthy pools of water had formed in the concrete floors. Yuck. What's going on now with this location? There is still disagreement over what should be done with Pepper. Though some residents want to see the area reused as a trade school, one might question if the building's location and the extent damage of the interior made the feasible goal. A 2018 study recommended demolition in favor of a commercial corridor in this spot, but issues of flooding would still remain. Other residents want the area used for food migration, not development. Until its fate is decided, the George W. Pepper Middle School remains, continuously until the very end. Jim. How did I like exploring this place and how did I feel? This school was very photogenic. It had 3 floors, and yep, I did them all. The upper part of the school had water on the ground, yuck. I loved the layout of the inside of the building. I felt safe here. There is a lot of debris on the ground, so I had to be careful walking around. Also, in the video, you will hear me crunching on the glass. There was so much glass everywhere. This is a really cool place to explore. Thank you for watching my video. Make sure that you obviously subscribe to my channel, like the video, and lastly, don't forget to hit the notification button so you'll know when new videos get released.